So with Brian Norman Jr. basically moving along in his career right now at this point, unless the negotiations are opted back in right now, it looks like nothing's gonna come out of that. Everything's stalled out at this point, but as expected, because they talking right now as far as negotiations, but nothing's guaranteed to happen unless all terms are met, and that's it on both sides. But with Jaron Ennis right now, he's looking to fight either Chukhadzhian or he can fight somebody else, but he'll have to probably vacate eventually. Even if he looks past this fight right now, they still try to make him vacate eventually. And the IBF been tripping. Obviously they tried to make Terrence Crawford mandatory last year for Boots. And then that was a mandatory fight. Then they turn around and make this fight with Boots a year later. So I don't know. I think the IBF, I guess they trying to get things going, but it looks more so like they're just trying to get into the action because they have an ample amount of time to make certain fights work or happen. 154 has been not really active like that over the last couple of years. We've only had Charlo fighting like once a year last couple of years, so it's not really something that I've been looking at like, oh yeah, the IBF doing their job. Not really. I mean, they're doing enough to get the job done, to ruffle some feathers, but I think Jaron Ennis gonna go out here, fight Korean Chukhadzhian again, and after that, he may move on and circle back around with a Brian Norman Jr. Right now, it's not a lot of 147s that's trying to get in the ring with him. And this is a guy with a belt. So we got to look at that as well. This is a guy with a belt, and a lot of people are like, I know part of it is because he's not with PBC no more. That's a huge part of it, but also a huge part of it is he's not with PBC no more. A lot of guys at 147 is with PBC, and the guys who aren't at 147, at PBC at 147, or they can go to 147, people aren't really interested in seeing fight because Brian Norman Jr. name just popped up recently, but he's always been talked about as far as with Boots. But a lot of people just brought his name up because they didn't think he would be a person who would want to fight Boots. But he's definitely interested in fighting Boots. But the deal isn't just the number he's looking for. But they got to figure it out soon because eventually these going to be mandatory and it's going to be handed down and somebody's going to have to do a purse bid or some kind of situation. And I think Boots going to flourish in that situation because he's going to figure out who want to fight him and who don't. Now, right now, this is just open negotiations that they're doing freely. So that's a good sign that these guys are showing that they both want to fight each other without being forced or mandated. But down the line, I'll say in 6 months, 4 months, hopefully there'll be a big enough buzz behind the fight to where they can make it happen. But Eddie not trying to overpay right now. He's not trying to, if you know anything about Eddie, he's not trying to get in a situation Mikey Garcia. I think it was Jesse Vargas or somebody like that Mikey Garcia was fighting, that he overpaid for, that he still talks about to this day. Might have been at the same weight class. Might have been at 47. But yeah, Eddie Hearn not trying to overpay for certain fights no more. It kind of messed him up in the past. So that's kind of what he's looking at everything. But if Jaron Ennis can go out there and basically put on another good performance against this Chukhadzhian guy, he'll be all right, man. He'll definitely be in the driver's seat. Just a lot of guys don't want to face him right now, and he's in a position where the business ain't right for him. He's more so on the outside looking in, but he still has the belt. So, I mean, if you want to be great in the sport of boxing, you might want to go fight him for his belt. But I don't know. We're going to see if it's about the money or the titles in a minute. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.